even today, guys, even today on Instagram, I have that dialogue of how it's gonna but what will people say? I think
Correct.
about the church background, I think about the community.
Yep.
My dad watches my videos. I don't know how deeply he's a quick scroller, so I don't know, but he watches a lot of my videos. The other day, he was like it was a while back actually, but he said, "Do that thing, tell that story of, like, how I bring you stuff and you don't like to eat it and you choose your battles. Like, do that thing that you did on TV." And I was like, "You mean my Instagram?" It wasn't TV, dad, it was Instagram. He's like, "Yeah, tell that funny story." And I'm like, "Dad, don't watch my Instagram."
Yeah. Hopefully he doesn't listen to this fucking podcast. Jesus.
Yeah, no, like, I don't
Sorry,
think
Pauline's dead.
yeah, I don't think he's, like, figured out the podcast
Oh,
thing,
thank
but
God.
I always am thinking about that, people think I've gotten to this, like, you get to this place where you have it all figured out or nothing gets to you. It doesn't get to me in the sense that I'm in a bad relationship with myself. I'm not in a bad relationship with others. My life is generally peaceful, even the distress. And I try to really normalize putting it out there. Like, I show people that I'm distressed. I tell them what I'm struggling with. My content, I strive to make it very real. But I'm not distressed at my mess because honestly, I'm a very, there's like a hot mess. I'm a clean mess. Like, I don't have that much mess, because I dealt with a lot of that.
She's a
But my
white people mess. It's clean, it's vanilla. Nas, I married up, Nas. Oh, well, fuck you then. I actually don't like you after this, and your fucking Satanism.
So much immigrant Satanism. That's what we call it.
I love you. I love you.
Oh my gosh, that is so good, right? That is just so good. But I've dealt with that stuff, right? And not that it ever goes completely away, but it's just not the same anymore. I'm
Yeah.
not struggling in the same realm, but there are those little tendrils where I don't forget that I went through that. That is a part of my story. I will never not talk about those things
Correct.
because I think it normalizes. It's kind of like there was nothing that special about me. This is the impact of living in the multicultural world, having those religious pieces at play, breaking like these are things that put anybody in this situation, you're going to have some commonality. So I try to show people it's not that I'm special and you have to go get a PhD to figure it out.
Yes.
It's that these are the experiences, and by
Okay.
making sense of them and having the cultural piece, I've been able to write that into my narrative in a way where I don't have to suffer the same suffering again just to be able to have that be a part of my story. And so there's new struggles that I have. I'm a parent, I struggle in that piece and how to maintain the intimacy with your partner after having kids. I struggle with how much of hustle culture I've incorporated. I'm here doing a podcast on a freaking Sunday rather than spending time with my family. Like,
Hey
that
man,
kind of stuff.
we're family now.
Hold
I
on
mean,
now.
them kids hate you. Let's be real. They don't need you.
All right.
We're trying to spice.
My kids, not yet. They're only almost 4 and 19 months. They are obsessed with me for only a very short period of time.
Oh, you're
They'll
right.
hate me
You're
one
right.
day, but
You're right.
they're not there yet.
Not there yet.
Not there yet. But
From
they
what I
will.
can tell, they'll get there. No, we got. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry.
Dr. Nazir was right, Mom.
So good. My kids will listen to this podcast. My 4-year-old will figure out how to do it.
Yeah, your 4-year-old's not making it through a fucking 2-hour podcast. I'll tell you that. We gotta wrap it up, bro. I'm telling you. This is magnificent.
Yes, this was fantastic. Thank you so much, Pauline. Can we have some, can you give us some, what you're going on, what you up to, some plugs for us and yourself?
What do you want to promote?
Yes.
Yeah, so my kind of bread and butter is find me on Instagram. It's a resource for you. Pauline the Psychologist. It's a place that is my free love letter to the daughters of immigrants, just normalizing and talking about the things that maybe you again, have thought were a you problem, and then you see thousands of other women that are a part of that. And then the signature program that I have is a coaching program that I've developed for the daughters of immigrants. I only have a small little caseload, and first place, I'm kind of saying it publicly, but by the end of the year, I'm going to be moving out of providing direct therapy care anyway. I've been doing this for 14 years. I'm ready to kind of do something a little different.
Right.
I'm still going to be running a group practice. So I took on new people. If you're in California or New York, Noor and my associates at Noor would be happy to provide you culturally informed, trauma-informed care. And we have a bunch of different really exciting specialty areas based on the unique individuals that I've taken on.
Okay.
But the coaching stuff, which was my side gig, has just grown in that I'm able to work with women all across the world. And I have two formats. So I have an individual program, just me and the person. It's called the Culture and Connection Program. And I've worked with women all over. And it's basically like the toolkit that you would want every daughter of immigrant to have. And so we started looking at the intergenerational piece, then we look at childhood, then we do the relationship with yourself, and finally we do the relationship with other people. And so I've kind of created, it's almost like a course and a live experience with me, and you've got the individual piece and then you've got the group piece. And so the group piece is getting the daughters of immigrants together
Yep.
to do basically that same format but in the group setting. And I ran it once in March and it was just so wonderful. And I still think about these women today. And I'm hoping to gear up to run one before the end of this year. So that's something I'm actively getting people involved in. So if you live anywhere in the world, and that's the therapy piece is, you have to be in the same state and the person has to be seeing blah, 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 blah. The price has to be right. Whereas coaching, I work with women all around the world. It's a month-long program. The individual, like I said, is culture and connection. The group is roots and fruits. And I'm hoping that we get another group together before the end of the year. So those are my biggest plugs. I always try to be accessible because the programs are a higher investment. But I've got the free translation guide. I've got a free book club that I run. I've got over 1,000 people that are a part of it now. And it just grew from me being on maternity leave and wanting to read books and thinking, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? I have a newborn baby. And also, I need some accountability because, I've got these books piling up. I'm not reading them. And I started the book club. It was over a year ago. And, thousands of people have said, I'm into this. And so that's a free resource for people. And I try to put as much free content out there for people so that they can do that, even the work of education without having to pay anything. And then if you want to have me guide you through the process, I've got that individual and the group piece. And if you want traditional therapy that's not mired in white supremacy, and you live in California or New York, that's where Noor would come in. So that's a little bit of all the things I've got going on. And in January, I'm going to be making an announcement with some additional exciting things that I'm doing as I pivot away from the therapy world and get into other kinds of community building, public facing sorts of
stuff.
offers for people.
There you go.
Awesome. Yeah. Thank you. And everyone be sure to update and check out Pauline's stuff. We'll be updating you and hopefully we'll have you back sometime. You're a great guest. So
well, she's gonna be famous then, so she probably won't like us,
Who are you?
Yeah.
What? did 2 hours with a podcast. What?
She's gonna be like this side or this side. What color? What? You're the light skin.
Black hand side. Okay.
Okay. I'm joking.
Anyways, thank you, everybody.
How could I forget you two after this? This was kind of unforgettable.
We like to sear ourselves in our guest minds, so it's always there,
like a good steak. There. We like to. We like to.
Like a good hearing,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So.
Hey, one last joke. When she's like, it's called fruits and roots. I was like, I got a couple fruits for you.
Oh my God.
Let's do right here. All right, let's get out of the show.
Hey, everybody. All right, I'm Spencer. Hey. That's the Different Spectrum Podcast. Bye.
That's the show. I want to give a shout out to my son who made this necklace for me for Mother's Day. Just wanted to let him know since he's listening to the podcast 3 hours in. He's not. He's 4 years old.
Damn.
He won't even be, but I just had to say it because I wanted to wear it today as we were talking about being a parent.
It's pretty.
Having kids. I thought about it. I was like, yeah, he made me this necklace. He said, because purple is my favorite color. I cried like a little baby myself. Purple's your favorite color?
Yep.
Nobility and wisdom and all.
I'm a Vikings fan, so purple is always in my life.
Yeah.
So, no matter what. So
purple.
There it is.
Purple,
Right.
Yeah, no, it's nice. Yeah, hell, when I was that young, I think I was still like peeing on the wall. I don't think I was doing much.
You're still peeing on the wall.
Okay.
What the hell?
He's still peeing on the wall. Okay.
Yeah, just outside, He's on the tree.
He's artistic though when he's peeing on the wall,
Yeah, it's like Big Daddy, I learned, All right, let's get out of here.
All right, Spencer, Naz.
I don't know how we got here, but here we are.
That's the podcast.
They never know where we're going to go. So this is, you two are kind of a tremendous influence. If I hang out with the two of you too much, I'm going to start having all this stuff. This is great.
Oh no, if you hang out with us, for one, you're going to have a good time. Yeah. And I mean, afterwards, we're probably going to eat. So I'm sorry your grandma is going to be like, you either really healthy or she can call you really fat if she was still here.
Okay, what are you guys gonna eat? What's that next meal gonna be? Just to fill me in on that.
I have no idea. I'll have to see what I got.
I just know that me and him, whenever we hang out, we go and eat. All my best friends, we exercise, we go lift or play basketball, and then we eat. Masculinity is very easy. We're very simple creatures.
All right. We need to actually get the outro here. I'm Spencer. That's Nas, Different Spectrums Podcast.
All right, everyone. Much love and thank you for listening to this podcast. Thank you to our guest. Remember, everyone, take care of yourselves.
Or don't.
It's completely up to you.
And we're out of.
Hey, thanks for watching this video. Check out the full episode on our channel and anywhere you find podcasts. Also, remember to like and subscribe. Whoop whoop.